content. So, what's happening, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy JustJaySama. So today, instead of talking about the war and all this other shit that's going on with America, we're actually gonna talk about some channel stuff. So, welcome to Canon Culture, the only entertainment commentary podcast that I can find that's actually worth a damn, because it belongs to me. So, I'm your host, JustJaySama, once again. So, let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, as you guys know, we have started 2020, so Happy New Year. I'm very, 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 very excited about this upcoming year. At least I was until yesterday. So, this is about to be a very interesting situation that we're going into. I personally have had several different goals this year. I don't know what you guys have had. But I usually don't set New Year's resolutions or anything like that. I usually am just like, all right, well, if I get this thing done throughout the year, then cool, it's dope. But I think this year we're going to have to vamp up a lot of the creation. I've been way, way, way more active on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. I haven't exactly been posting like crazy, which after a certain amount of time, by the end of January, I should have a way better schedule of how I post things and how I do things, so that'll be a lot easier to deal with. And not only that, I also realized there's a lot of stuff that's going to be posted that I'm not going to be necessarily happy with, that's going to go on TikTok, and stuff that I'm kind of okay with, and it's going to be posted on Instagram, and then just my meme stuff is going to be on Twitter. So, you know, and then apparently people want me to start an OnlyFans, so that's going to be very interesting if I decide to do that. For anybody that's not aware, OnlyFans is think Patreon but for porn. So you know, that'll be something. But my goals for this year, I literally only have one. Well, I guess 1.5. So like if it gets bigger than that, that'd be great. This year, even though I'm only at almost 8,000 now, I want to hit 25K this year. I'll probably be able to do that if I actively upload the way I'm supposed to and stick to my schedule the way I'm supposed to. So I'm going to try and do every other day, if not every day. It's going to be a little tough because I also want to focus a little bit more on gaming stuff and less about anime. Like we'll probably have like maybe 2-3 anime videos a week, which so far has been a little bit more feasible to do because, as you guys know, the way I do my reactions, I usually wait 1 week in between so I can react to another show and 2 episodes of that and 2 episodes of another. But as far as I know ReZero is coming back this season. My Hero Academia, Attack on Titan Season 4, which is the last one. I think My Hero's airing right now, so yeah, I have to do that. And then there's a sports anime, and then I'm going to be doing JoJo's. Literally all of this year, I'm going to catch up to all of JoJo's. So that'll be for anime. And then for games is going to be a little tough because as a lot of you guys know, or if you don't follow me on Twitter, which you absolutely should, I got rid of my PS4 because of financial reasons. Like I couldn't keep it. So a lot of my stuff I actually don't have anymore. So The Last of Us 2 is going to be coming out, I think, in May. So that's when I'll be getting a new PS4. I'll get the Pro, and I know the PlayStation 5 is going to be coming out. So before I make the bundle purchase in May, I'll probably wait to see what's going down with the PS5, because allegedly it's going to be backwards compatible with 4K resolution for PS4, PS3, PS2, and PS1 games. I can only take that with a grain of salt, and I can only trust that as far as I can throw the person who gave it to me. And it's just like it's spreading like wildfire all over the internet. So I don't believe it, specifically because up-resing PS1 games to 4K or even like full screen just looks like shit. So that's not great. And the emulation technology it would take, I don't think they're going to put in the PS5 because they had the option to put it in the second generation PS3s and they chose not to. They had an option to put it in PS4s, but they went with the remaster of digital versions. I think there needs to be a way, because I have tons of PS1 and PS2 and PS3 games. Like, I have a bunch of these shits. So unless they're going to put some actual physical technology in there that's going to help actually, you know, like you pop the disc in and it works. Otherwise, there's probably going to be like a digital patch or something like that, or the games are going to be only available digital. Like if you want to play Fighting Force or the original Spyro trilogy or something like that, that's not the collection. That's another question I have. How does that work with collections? Because if you have like Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and you know the final mixes and all these other games that are available on the PS3 disc, but there's also a PS4 version of that, or if you have the PS2 disc of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, how does that work? You know what I mean? Or if I want to play Crash Bandicoot, you know, the first 3 games, do I take the disc for my PS1, which I still have in this box down here? Do I take the disc and then put it in there and there's like an update for that? Or is there like some type of disc recognition that the PlayStation 5 is going to have? So that's something that I'm interested in finding out about. But, so yeah, we're going to focus a little bit more on hyping up the channel this year with some gaming and anime content. And then I'm also going to try really, really, really hard. And I'm going to stick to this. If I don't stick to anything else, I'm definitely going to stick to this. We will be getting at least 52 episodes of Canon Culture. So this week counts. This is the first week. We will be getting at least one a week, at least, and they'll air on Wednesdays. So that'll be really dope. I'm really excited to do that. Now at the most we'll get 3 a week. So it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, because a lot of the time it's a lot easier for me to just come home, look at the stuff that I want to talk about and do some research on it, and we'll do the videos live. The only hard part is actually editing that stuff. Because I like to cut out the spaces and I like to cut out the research time and stuff like that. So we'll focus a lot more on that. And so that I'm really, 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 really looking forward to. So we're going to focus a lot more on gaming, a little bit more on anime, and then the Canon Cultures are going to be without a doubt something that we're going to do going forward. What's up, Plank? Yeah, of course, I was just about to talk about that. Now, also, a few of the things that we're going to introduce to the channel, we're going to try and introduce a bunch of new games. I've been getting heavily, and guys, please only mock me so much. I've been getting heavy into Fortnite, and I don't know what it is, but there's something about Chapter 2 that is completely different than Chapter 1, than like the previous. Like, if any of you guys were around when Fortnite originally was like in beta, me and Deacon played it, and we played the PvE mode for like hours on end, and I remember streaming that for a while. But it's interesting because I was preparing to do a video comparing Fortnite to Blackout to two other, Apex Legends, of course, and none of them were fun. That's the thing, is like, oh, what's up? My man Tripod with the $2 dono. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Yeah, I was trying to compare all of the games together, and I guess there goes the I was trying to compare all of the games together, and it was just not happening. So, the more I played Apex Legends, the more I realized I didn't like it. I was not having fun because the powers were kind of like getting in the way of actually having fun. Even though there were couple wins, couple losses or whatever, it just wasn't fun to play. Fortnite, on the other hand, even losing has become fun. I don't know why. I don't know what the problem is. But I don't know. It's just so much fun now. So we'll probably do some streaming of that. I know people are going to be like, oh, I can't believe you're playing Fortnite. Well, if you play the new Fortnite, it's like, I can't say it's different because it's the exact same thing, but it's fun. At least for me, it's fun. We'll also be getting into Rainbow Six Siege because I need to prepare to enlist for World War III, apparently. So, but yeah, and then we're going to finish Star Wars hopefully this week or next week, and then I can, like, start putting the videos out. The way I was doing it before was I would stream the game, I would play about 2 to 3 hours, turn the stream off, rest for a day or so, and then edit, and then put the video out a day or two later. That only worked twice in the past 3 months, so I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stream these games over and over and over again until they're beaten, and then after that, then I'm going to take them and I'm going to edit them down into like 10 to 15 minutes, because trying to figure out what to include in the narrative and stuff like that just isn't great. Not only that, a lot of people don't have context to like when I'm playing a certain game, and I don't want to take the time to explain that. Not only that, I'm also a very small creator, so a lot of people are just gonna be like, who fucking cares? So it's more so about being able to put out more stuff that's like higher quality. My man Tripod with another $5 dono. How much until Jay stands up to reveal he has no pants on? Bro, funny enough, I do have pants on. And they're my good jeans. Thank you. I can't believe you donated $5 for that. But thank you. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. So that'll be something that we also get into. Baron in the chat is asking me about, have you watched Has Been Hotel? I have. I watched Has Been Hotel, and I watched the other two shorts that those guys put out. Really both dope. I didn't feel like doing a reaction to it just because I felt like it was a little late. So I may do a video on it later or something like that. But we'll see. So another thing I want to go into, and this will probably be the last thing for today, and then we'll get into Star Wars, is I want to say thank you guys so much for all of the people that support with likes, all of the people that support with subs, sponsorships, memberships, all the Patreon people, all of the YouTube membership people, all of my people on Twitch that support me. Bro, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much. I promise I will not let you down. Also, one other thing I wanted to announce. I announced this to Anime Done a couple of days ago, but I'm working on a short film as of this moment. It's probably not going to come out for a while, but I'm announcing it to you guys because you guys are in the stream and listening to the podcast. So it's going to be an interesting situation. So, for a while, I wasn't making stuff like this because I didn't want to copy Corridor Digital or copy King Vader or anything like that. But with that being said, I don't give a damn. So it's a little too late for don't copy these people. So we're going to be working on a horror sketch, which is a little bit easier for me to write than it is like action pieces and stuff. So hopefully it'll be out in the next 1 to 3 months. We already have started doing storyboarding, and like a lot of the writing is done already, but the two sources that it's going to come from, I say sources because I'm trying to sound official and shit like that. It's basically going to be a cross between ReZero and Sword Art Online, which is kind of like triggering to say Sword Art because it's like, okay, ew. But I guess if I had to change it from Sword Art Online, it would be more so Log Horizon. So it's going to be an isekai horror, and I'm really looking forward to finishing it. Shooting, we don't start until 2 weeks from now, so that'll be really, really interesting. And I don't know if I want to create a separate channel for those type of projects or put them on here. I'm probably going to put them on here. But, yeah, man, I'm looking to get into that space, and I should have done it 2 years ago, and I should have done it 4 years ago, and 5 years ago, and 10 years ago. But we're just now getting into it. I only have the first one is probably going to be a sketch or like sketch type of thing, so it's going to be a short form thing. I'm going to introduce two characters that kind of get trapped into this world, and they don't die repeatedly, but I'll have to come up with some type of gimmick that makes it feel like ReZero, and I'll have to enlist in a couple of buddies of mine to do remix of the music, so that way I can use it for copyright. You know, to avoid copyright, excuse me. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on that I'm going to be posting about, and so hopefully I can get this done. I don't want it to be like a full Kirito, Asuna type of thing, so I'll probably take a few characters from that universe and include them, but they'll probably have really, really small parts. My character, actually, I'm thinking about casting my character either as a villain, and a friend of mine, she's my co-star, she's gonna play the hero character, probably, or I'll just have two victims that are being chased by like this like monster or whatever, and they have to ReZero and figure out how to get away from it. So I feel like that would be interesting, but it's a real Groundhog Day type of thing, and I don't know if that's gonna work unless it's like super funny. That's another reason why I'm doing horror, is because I feel like that's a lot easier for me to actually do, because a lot of my friends are horror writers, and they know scary stories really, really well, and they can help me set that stuff up. Whereas if I did comedy, there's like a high pressure of like eliciting only one type of emotion. So when you're doing a comedy, the only emotion that you should get is laughter, maybe sometimes sadness or anything like that. Like there's only a few small finite amount of emotions that you should experience while watching something that's considered a quote unquote comedy, or an action movie or something like that. So I wanted to hit these other ones that aren't so often hit by creators or even black creators. Let's just be honest. Like I'm going to be competing in a space where King Vader is now at the top of his game. And I'm not in that space. So it'll be interesting to see who fucks with me and who doesn't. Obviously, I can rely on several hundred of you guys. Once again, thank you so much. Several hundred of you guys to watch it, maybe once or twice. But I definitely want to make it some type of mystery puzzle where you do want to watch it more than once. So yeah, it'll be essentially SAO Log Horizon with ReZero. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And then hopefully I can get into some video game stuff because I really want to do an Alien Isolation type of sketch. I'm actually looking to do an Infamous sketch. There's a bunch of short films I want to do, but I just don't have access to them right now. And Brutal Sama in the chat asked, you think he could help you out? No, absolutely not. Our circles no longer cross. So there's a lot of people that I refuse to talk to. There's a lot of people that I refuse to ask for help or anything like that. Not just that, but I think Vader is in his own space doing his own thing. I don't personally know him. I've met him a few times, and that's about it. I don't really have like a good relationship with him or pretty much anybody he knows. So, and I'd rather not, honestly, just based off of like how 2020 is starting and the stuff that's going on with people. I really don't want to involve anybody I don't immediately fuck with. Like, if I'm not trying to put my friends and stuff, then I honestly don't care. I honestly don't care what other people make. I honestly don't care what other people do or say or any of that shit. That's none of my business. The only thing I want to do is make the stuff that I want to make and then get the people that I like attached to it. So even if somebody's bad for a part, I'd rather cast them than going to get somebody I don't really fuck with, or even somebody I do fuck with but don't really want to talk to or something like that. Like, if anything, I could probably hit up Pierre, but he'll probably be in like part 3, part 4 type of thing. And so I'll start doing some outreach there. The hardest part about this so far is the writing and the costume stuff, because I'm not a cosplayer. I only know a few cosplayers that would be willing to help, but it's going to get expensive at that part. So that's why I'm creating original characters. So that way I don't have to do a whole lot of stuff in order to have these characters fit in the story. So, yeah, because I don't want to buy a whole Kirito sword and Asuna sword and all of this other stuff. Like, that's not great. I don't want to do that. Like, I have an idea of the few characters that I want to create and the few of their abilities that I want them to have and the overall outline of the story and how that's supposed to go. And that's the only thing I want to leave it in. Anytime I involve more people than necessary, stuff flops, stuff doesn't get done, or I have to rely on too many people, and I hate relying on people. So, until I actually need some help. So, well, thank you, Alpha. But with that being said, that's pretty much it. I wanted to announce that. I don't have anything else to talk about today. We could talk about The Witcher next week. We'll talk about, we probably won't talk about this Iran war and stuff like that, just because I don't really fuck with that type of stuff. There's like a lot of stuff going on all at one time. And I did specifically want to talk about The Witcher in comparison to the games, the movies, and the Netflix show and stuff like that, and how that's blowing up, especially on the Nintendo Switch, which is super odd. So yeah, that'll be for next week. We'll talk about that. We'll also talk about the new Watch Dogs and Ubisoft and all this other stuff. So, you know, we'll work some stuff out. It'll be great, guys. So I just want to say thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And I will see you guys next week. Make sure to keep it canon.